Hey there, it's June 25th and time for Proverbs 25. Now, today begins, it says in verse 1, these are also Proverbs of Solomon, which the men of Hezekiah, king of Judah, transcribed. Okay. Some of them we've heard before, some of them maybe not. But these are King Hezekiah's men transcribed or copied these out. Found them and put them in here, obviously. Okay, verse 2, it is the glory of God to conceal a matter, but the glory of kings is to search out a matter. God doth not reveal the cause of his judgments to men. As the king ruleth by the revealed word of God, the cause of his doings must appear, and therefore he must use diligence in trying out the causes. Kings, right? 3, as the heavens for height and the earth for depth, so the heart of kings is unsearchable. Kings. More kings. Or, take away the dross from silver, and there comes out a vessel for the smith. We call that slag now. You melt it down and all the impurities flow to the top and you get rid of them, right? Take away the wicked before the king, and his throne will be established in righteousness. Same thing, right? Now, Solomon talked about this before. Jesus talked about this too. He had a parable about this same thing. Okay? Do not claim honor in the presence of the king, and do not stand in the place of great men, for it is better that it be said to you, come up here, than for you to be placed lower in the presence of the prince whom your eyes have seen. You go to a banquet or a function, don't jump to the front, sit in the back, okay? You jump to the front thinking you're important, right? And they say, I'm sorry, you're in somebody else's seat. Your seat is back there, and everybody will watch them walk you back to the back. Embarrassing. If you sit in the back and it says, we have a seat for you up front, and then they march you up front in front of everybody, then you get honored, right? Jesus told a parable about this same exact subject that he probably got from Proverbs, right? Okay. These are highlighted just because they go together, okay? Do not go out hastily to argue your case. Otherwise, what will you do in the end when your neighbor humiliates you? Argue your case with your neighbor and do not reveal the secret of another. Or one who hears it will reproach you, and the evil report about you will not pass away. Right? Or say somebody sued in court and it turned out they were wrong, and then they're embarrassed, and right, then they get a reputation for that. 11, like apples of gold in settings of silver, is a word spoken in right circumstances. Right. Like an earring of gold or an ornament of fine gold is a wise reprover to a listening ear. These wise people, you should listen to wise people. Like the cold of snow in a time of harvest is a faithful messenger to those who send him, for he refreshes the soul of his masters. We all like good news from a faithful person, right? You can't listen to any of the mainstream media because their news is all fake, right? They are not faithful messengers, okay? 14, like clouds of wind without rain is a man who boasts of his gifts falsely. Right? Gift of falsehood. But there's a note over here, right? Which have an outward appearance and are nothing within. Promises, right? Promises. People making promises, false promises. I'm going to do this and this, and they never do it because they don't have the means to do it. They're just lying to you, right? 15, by forbearance, a ruler may be persuaded. Length of finger. And a soft tongue breaks the bone. Yeah, that's important. Staying off anger. By not ministering occasion to provoke him further. Right? A soft tongue breaks the bone. Words are the most powerful things there are. Most of the time, it's best to keep your mouth shut. And if you do say something, it should always be kind, uplifting, edifying. Okay? 16. Have you found honey? Eat only what you need, that you not have it in excess and vomit it. Right? Too much. Too much. Don't be gluttonous. Right? 17. Let your foot rarely be in your neighbor's house, or he will become angry if you and hate you. Right? They call that wearing out your welcome now. Right? Somebody that's just around too much. I've known people like that. We all have. 18. Like a club and a sword and a sharp arrow is the man who bears false witness against his neighbor. Right. Liars. God hates liars, okay? 19. Like a bad tooth and an unsteady foot is confidence in a faithless man in time of trouble. Faithless, godless. Don't rely on those people. 20. We highlighted this one. Like one who takes off a garment on a cold day, or like vinegar on soda, is he who sings songs to a troubled heart. Heavy heart over here. Somebody's down and they're depressed and they're going through stuff. You don't want to be singing songs and telling jokes, okay? That's a time when you just sit there with them. Don't say anything. Jesus said this, right? If your enemy is hungry, give him food to eat. If he's thirsty, give him water to drink. For you will heap burning coals on his head, and the Lord will reward you. Love your enemies. Jesus said that. 23. The north wind brings forth rain, and a backbiting tongue and angry countenance. Tongue of secrecy. That's gossip, okay? Gossip. That's why that's highlighted. Gossip. Slandering tongue, a lying tongue. People telling gossip, false stories, right? Most gossip isn't true. Somebody heard something and they're repeating it. Okay? Backbiting tongue makes people angry. 21st, better to live in the corner of a roost than in a house shared with a contentious woman. Or in Solomon's case, 700 contentious women. 25, like cold water to a weary soul, so is good news from a distant land. We got some of that recently, right? We did. 26, like a trampled spring and a polluted well is a righteous man who gives way before the wicked. Right? Never give up. Never give up. This again, it is not good to eat too much honey, nor is it glory to search out one's own glory. Right? That's pride. Okay? Pride, arrogance, conceit. God hates all those things. Right? And 28, like a city that is broken into and without walls, is a man who has no control over his spirit. And so is in extreme danger. Your people that have no control over their spirit, over themselves, happens. Okay, so there you go. That's Proverbs 25, the beginning of Hezekiah's men. And there'll be 4 chapters of this, right? Go over the highlights. Now, these are highlighted just because they go together. Okay. But Jesus talked about this. I don't know if I can find it. I can look real quick. No, I can't find it. We're looking for that thing, but because I don't know exactly where it's at. No, I can't find it. Anyway, Jesus talked about that. He told the same story. Mm, I'm not good at remembering chapter and verse, but I've read it, right, many times. So sit in the back. Wait to be called up front. It's prideful and arrogant if you think I'm special and you sit in the front. It's just highlighted just because it's all one saying, right? Don't hastily sue people, right? Because if you're wrong, you will never live it down, right? Discuss things in private. This is important. A soft tongue breaks the bone. It doesn't take much to destroy somebody with words. Let your foot rarely be in your neighbor's house, or he will become weary of you and hate you. That's always don't bother. Wait to be called. 20, like one who takes off a garment on a cold day, or like vinegar on soda, is he who sings songs to a troubled heart. Right? Joking around with people that are troubled heart, heavy heart, or they're sad, depressed, oppressed, and it's just stupid. Putting gas on a fire. Okay? 23 is highlighted. The north wind brings forth rain, and a backbiting tongue, gossip, and an angry countenance. Right? It makes people angry, especially when it gets back to the person you're gossiping about. Right? 27. It is not good to eat too much honey, nor is it glory to search out one's own pride, arrogance, conceit. Eat too much honey to make you sick. So, there you go. That is Proverbs 25 in the beginning of King Hezekiah's men, copied down. Students of Solomon, no doubt. So, you go. Stay tuned later today. We are going through the book of Acts, like 176, I believe. Yeah, almost at the halfway point. All right. Today, Stephen is getting stoned, the very first martyr for Christ, after telling probably one of the best testimonies in the Bible. Okay, we'll finish that up today. And Saul will be introduced, right? So, stay tuned later for that. Give us a like if you think about it. But till tomorrow, we'll do it again. See ya.